Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new Adobe Live session illustrating for animation in Fresco with the talented Rachael Presky. I wanted to say a big hello to our lovely community who's watching us now on chat. Hi, Christy. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Gareth. Hi, Oliver. We have an amazing group of people right there. And happy 1st of October. It's actually personally my favorite month, especially because we have Adobe Max coming up in a couple of weeks.
What? I thought it's still April.
Right? Or March? Are we stuck in March? So I just want to remind everyone that, Adobe is offering this opportunity worldwide for anyone to join. You just need to register, and I will have the lovely Tim share the link to registration on the chat. So I can't wait to start our session today. I'm co-hosting with the amazing Tim. Hi, Tim. How are you?
Yes, I am here as a co-host today because this is only Natalie's second time joining us today. So I just want to be on her side. So if anything goes wrong, if she's too nervous to host, which never happened before, but I'm always here to bring in the jokes, the bad puns, and the questions from the chat.
And the burnt toast as well.
And the burnt toast. I do have some burnt toast on me. Anyway, have to find that. Right, Rachael, good morning. Is it? No, it isn't morning anymore. Even I'm totally lost.
No, 2 minutes past.
Too bad. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How about you?
Nice and short. Fine. Fantastic. A bit warm, but great.
Oh.
Enjoying the fall. The autumn.
Enjoy. Yeah. We just got rain here, though. Classic English weather. It's not very nice.
Well, I like some rain. Rain is nice. No sun outside. Nobody wants to go outside, so you can stay in all the time. Have a cup of drinks. Watch some Adobe Live, perhaps. Right?
Exactly. That's
It's Halloween season too, so we gotta embrace it.
But Rachael, what's the plan for today? I saw the title of the stream: illustrating for animation in Fresco. You can't animate in Fresco.
No.
What's happening?
Well, technically, no, you can't. But we can use Fresco to draw the frame. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to go through and create a frame-by-frame animation. It's a 2-part session as well. So today we're going to concentrate on the frame-by-frame animation, and then next week we'll concentrate on the After Effects version, just a bit smoother. And I'll just show you the 2 different ways of animating from Fresco, pulling it into Photoshop, which it just appears, which is really cool.
Magic.
It is like magic. The magic of the cloud, isn't
it?
So today I was going to draw an animation frame by frame from Fresco, and then we'll pull it into Photoshop and turn it into a little GIF. I'm going to do it really simple so that everyone can join along too. So if you've got your iPads, then get them out. Open Fresco.
I think the special thing today also is that you're going to be showing us step by step in Photoshop how to create an illustration before you go ahead and animate it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to start from scratch. I don't have any sketches or anything. Partly because I'm disorganized. No, it's not. It's mostly because I'm...
Just whatever is on your mind.
Exactly. Come up with something.
All right. That sounds like a fantastic time. Should we just jump right into it?
Sounds good.
Nice.
Well, then let's go to your screen. This is your iPad.
This is my iPad. So I was going to show quickly, if anyone follows me on Instagram already, I know I've been on here quite a few times, so maybe you do. Getting notifications. I tried to turn it off. It just doesn't work. But so this is what I did earlier. And this is what we're going to do.
Here's what I prepared earlier.
Exactly. One that we're going to do today. This isn't the one we're going to do today. This is just one done for fun and just to show people that this is what we're going to end up with. I'll then pull this across to Photoshop, which, should I show quickly?
Well, I think we can get started with Fresco, and then we can move over to Photoshop when it's time.
Cool. So
the wheel. This is a bit out of the frame, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Rachel, what got you inspired to draw this house? Is it Is it a house that you know? Is it? Can you?
So for that one, we went to Iceland earlier in the year before COVID happened. So in February, and there were some really cool houses like that, and that was literally it. I was just drawing one of the houses, and the smoke coming out of the thing. Very simple, because sometimes the simple stuff is like the most effective.
Nice. And the color, the background color, was that inspired by your trip from Iceland, or just pure randomness?
Just the color that I always go for. In all my work, I end up with these like the same kind of colors, the same. I think I've talked about that in the past as well, that like I literally have this color palette that I use here, and that's it.
I think, I think it makes sense in the end. We noticed from your illustrations, you have these kind of warm colors. You even make, topics like COVID shiny, like happy vibes, so I don't mind at all, watching the same colors all over again.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most important things though about illustration is making it fun, and like I really like colors like this, so hopefully other people will as well. That's my theory anyway. I did look at my Instagram earlier, and the last 3 posts are like a mint green, so I'm going to go for pink today to change it up a bit.
Right.
3 and 2.
Welcome everybody who's joining us in the chat today. I see a lot of familiar names, just like Melanie. She was joining us for the German stream earlier today, and of course Gareth, Angus, Catherine. It's so great to have you all back. Andreas, so nice. Karina. And yes, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to pop in over to behance.net/Adobe Live and put them into the chat. And I will try my best to rudely interrupt Rachel and push any questions you might have over to her.
Go for it. All the questions. I like.
What did you have for lunch yesterday?
Mushroom bolognese.
Ooh,
very nice.
There we go. I had some burnt toast.
Did.
Sorry.
So for background, actually, because I probably should have told you, I literally have just used the square preset here. That's 2100 pixels by 2100.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Very simple. If anyone is drawing along with me, I've just pulled that in. It's a square. Instagram uses squares. A lot of my work just goes on Instagram unless it's a client, and they normally have a specific layout, or it's 1080p, which you can also do in here. There's a preset for that too. So for people setting up, that's where I'd start with. I'm going to chuck down a background just because I like doing this first. There's no reason behind it. I go for a pixel layer, and then so today I was going to draw check I've got my favorite pencil, which I use for everything. I was going to draw like a coffee cup that's filling up from a coffee machine. Obviously, it's not the morning anymore, but inspired by the morning.
Always time for coffee. So.
There's always time for coffee, and I just finished mine, so it's all good. before the live. So yeah, that's where I'm going with mine today. I'm going to set out the coffee cup first, which is very simple. I'm just doing everything very simply so that other people can join in too. If you want to draw the same thing or come up with something else, it could do some toast coming out of a toaster.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And even now, because Fresco is no longer just available on the iPad and select Windows devices, no. Fresco is now also available on a huge variety of Windows 10 devices. It's really just limited by your hardware specs. So I think I can post a link where you can check if your machine is compatible, or you can just check the Creative Cloud application. It will tell you right there. And yes, so I think even more people can join us today if you have Windows 10 or an iPad.
Sounds
and
good.
There also was another question, which was a bit off topic, talking about the stream tomorrow. Yes, but before we have the stream tomorrow, let's focus on this one today. But yes, to answer your question, yes, I will be back tomorrow. Perhaps even with Tony. I don't know yet.
Ooh,
Hmm.
excited for that one.
So I really, when I draw stuff, I always like to color it in as well, rather than just fill the layer, because it gives the nice, like the textures are so nice with the brushes in here. So it gives this nice like hand-drawn feel, and that's what the animation, I like animations to have. You don't have to. You can do it in Illustrator first and have like blocky vector style things. You can do it in here actually with vectors, which is
Exactly. And you leave you kind of leave your own touch on it. So
yeah, exactly. It's probably more efficient to do a vector one in here. Next time, I'll think about that. Hadn't thought about that until then. Yeah, so I just color stuff in. Just a really boring bit. Sorry.
everything is fun.
Everything. Yeah,
Everything's fun.
I enjoy it.
So, Rachel, I'm gonna take while you fill up your cup, throw in some questions. I saw that you recently, well, not pretty recently, but I see some illustrations that you did for the NHS and for the, for the global pandemic that we're going through. And were these client works, or were these kind of, the situation kind of inspired you to do, additional illustrations besides your work?
Yeah, so for the COVID ones I did back, like when it first started, I actually did a biomedical sciences degree originally. So that was when I first went to university. It's quite a while ago. I look young, but I'm older than that. Originally, I wanted to be a doctor, and I didn't get in. So I did biomedical sciences at uni. So I had a really good understanding of medical texts and scientific texts and things like that. So I wanted to give people a way of understanding what was going on and drawing it, and just help people to understand a bit more about the science behind everything. And it was back when we didn't really know what was going on. Everyone knows a bit more now, which is quite nice. So yeah, that's where those ones. But they weren't for anyone in particular. It was more just it was a personal project.
That's amazing, because you kind of found your own way to kind of confront what's happening.
Yeah.
And, showcase another perspective out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it was at the time everyone was like, oh, we need to help people, and I was like, well, that's something that I know and I can do, so I thought I'd just do something. and I didn't have much to do.
And I have Emma here asking that, referring to your ski career, is that true? Can you share that with us?
I'm getting all the secret vibes here. What else can she do?
I used to be alright at skiing. I used to be a semi-professional freestyle skier.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
As you do.
That was after uni. I went skiing for I did 3 winters in Austria and France. Really nice. And I was just too old at the time. Even then, I was only 21. But I got into it a bit late, so it one career that didn't happen. It's all right. Drawing's fine.
So that was after your career as an astronaut, I take that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then an astronaut jumping into this coffee. Did I get?
Oh, let's do that. Let's go for it.
Well, if you want to draw an astronaut.
Could do that instead.
What our community on the chat think? Let's see.
Maybe what does everyone think? Should we just switch it up and go astronaut? Love an astronaut.
I mean, I'm sure there is a pun somewhere in there. Something with a Milky Way, maybe. I don't know.
Nice. And that can dip in. I think it gets a bit complicated then. If we're going to go astronaut, we're doing it. Have a
They
dive
haven't
in
decided
you.
in the chat yet. I think they're still waking up.
Need some coffee.
Have an astronaut holding the cup. How
How can we animate that actually?
It would float. If you're in space, it would go everywhere. I mean, that would look quite cool as well.
I think we can stick with the original idea.
Yeah, we'll go.
I mean, we only
Maybe
have
I'll do
like
that
45
afterwards.
minutes left, so
Yeah, I know. I just.
But that's kind of interesting, Rachel, because that makes us think, or wonder: is that how your design process is? Like, is that what you actually go through before you illustrate something? Like, you have all these ideas in your head, and how do you actually decide on one of them in the end?
Yeah. Sometimes I was thinking about this actually when I was drawing the little house earlier, because I figured out, sorry, I'm just going to talk and then we're not going to have enough time to finish all, but I used the fill to fill in something like this earlier, and then I think I went back to a white. Oh. And it gave this like funny little texture. And I was like, actually, I quite like that. So I kept that in my other drawing in the whites. It just gave it a bit of texture. It's a bit of a quicker way of adding texture to than going over it with like a clipping mask. It was just me being lazy, and it worked. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So sometimes, yeah, complete accidents, which I've just done something. Yeah, most of the time I go in with an idea that I think, yeah, that's this one. I was making coffee, so I was like, no, just do a coffee cup. But they come from everywhere. I think ideas come from whatever.
Exactly. Just like somebody said on the chat, happy accident. I believe in happy accidents actually.
Yeah, and I guess that's something that you don't get so much in digital illustration, because if you're painting, you mess stuff up all the time. Well, I do. Mess stuff up all the time, and then I'm like, oh. But it doesn't happen as much in digital because you can just undo it.
So when you started illustration, did you start? I'm guessing you started obviously illustrating with your hand, and then you moved to digital. And how was that transition for you?
It's actually the other way around. So
okay,
I did like a graphic design master's back in 2017, but part-time, so I was working as well. So I did that to try and change my career up a bit. I was doing something I didn't really enjoy. So I was doing graphic design, and it was more illustrator based, so lots of vector illustrations. So I did it all digitally originally, and I didn't actually sketch that much out, which I think my tutors got annoyed at me for. Yeah, so that's how I started illustrating. I did illustrations in Illustrator. They just take forever for me. Take me forever, and then I figured out I could just do it on an iPad, which is great. And it's much easier, or in Photoshop or whatever. I had a Wacom tablet as well originally, and used that for this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Colouring. I keep telling people I colour in for a living, but
I'm surprised that you even had the time to do a master's. And I did a part-time master's on the side while I was singing for Madonna. Yeah.
But definitely consider, working on a coloring book for us to color. I think it would be interesting.
Yeah, on like an Illustrator based with like the outlines from Illustrator. Is that what you mean? I did do some. I got like some coloring pages, but they were like COVID related.
Oh,
back then, but only one. And I was gonna do some others, and then I never got around to it. I think work just gets in the way sometimes.
amazing.
Cool.
Oh, we have Cabeza Patata here, joining us in the chat. Hi, guys.
all the famous guests are in the chat. So nice to see
Famous?
you. Yeah, very famous. Yes.
Cool. So I think I've got like my base. That took me 20 minutes, but it doesn't normally take me this long. My base kind of piece is, it's so basic, I'm sorry. So now I was going to draw each of the frames now, so that I want coffee coming out of the little thing that you put in the machine, and then the cup to fill up, and I'm just going to do it over the top of the cup and pretend that the cup's see-through. Makes sense. But this is actually quite boring as well to watch, but if anyone's joining along, it's quite fun. They're just thinking about how like the motion would work. So at first you probably get some drips coming out, and that'll be my first frame. I'm gonna do it so it's a bit more. And then
do you usually listen to music or podcasts, or would you rather work in silence? or listen to thunderstorms? I know some people like to listen to rain sounds,
really?
thunderstorms,
or
nature
heavy metal
sounds. but heavy metal, yes. Honestly, like when I'm working, I need silence. Listening to podcasts or anything with where somebody's talking, or to music or heavy metal, that would be too much. That's like a reality asylum for me. So no, I need silence to work.
Really?
How about you?
I can't. Me, I like watch Netflix. Yeah, I know. I watch stuff that I've like watched on repeat as well. This looks really bad. I meant to do this, by the way.
Perfect.
I'm making an onion skin, so I can use this now to see my previous layer here. So I'm going to chuck another layer on top, and it's a different. Oh, don't want to do that though. It's a different color. I need to go back to the color I just had. Here we are. Yeah, so that makes sense. So I can see what I've done, and then I can switch them off afterwards. But it just, this like onion skinning allows you to see what you've already drawn for the previous frame. And then, if anyone's got any questions, then let me know.
They ask.
We actually have a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
But it's kind of off topic. It's about kind of your personal life here, Rachel. Melanie's asking if you're still doing 1,000 different things at the same time, which brings me to my question and to say congratulations. I know you're expecting a baby soon.
Yeah.
So how are you like juggling right now with all these things happening with your work and with your illustrations?
Oh, no, I've got a lot of work at the moment because I'm trying to like bulk everything in before. I've got the baby's due in January, so I've got like 3 or 4 months. So I'm trying to just get as much work done as possible before then, which is not the easiest. So I've been really busy recently, but it's not bad. I like being busy, so it's quite good.
And how? Yeah. Was it hard for you to keep the motivation going? And how do you get inspired, to do your work right now?
Yeah, so I had a bit. So in the first, if anyone else has been pregnant, in the first 3 months, it's not like that easy to function as a human. So it's like I felt really sick and had classic morning sickness and all of that stuff. But it really got rid of a lot of my creativity, and I struggled to like create any personal work, or I think personal work is really useful for me because I get ideas out, and I was just doing like just client work that gets a bit boring sometimes when that's all you do. When you're a creative, you just want to draw stuff do stuff that you like doing.
Of course, yeah.
Sometimes it's not always that. So the first 3 months I was like, I can't think of anything. I couldn't get anything to look right. So that, and then It's got a bit better since then, though. So more recently, I've been drawing stuff that I just think, oh, that'd be cool to draw, and then do it. It just feels really nice because it's back to kind of normal a bit. But yeah, so that it has affected me. But I'm hoping that when she turns up, this girl. Sorry, I keep saying she. Trying to.
Oh, we don't know yet. Or
we do, yeah. I was trying to refer to her as a girl, so I don't be like, I don't call it her it. I feel like that's a bit harsh, calling her it all the time. But yeah, so
we have Sandrine here saying that you should reach out to baby clothing clients. Maybe is that on the list?
That's a good idea. Yeah. Can I just have some? I've gone a bit mad and bought loads of baby clothes already. I just feel like I've got enough for 2 years of her life.
Tim, were you saying something? I interrupted you before.
No. I was just about to read out the same question. So, yeah. It's like we're reading the same chat. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I really could, like, I don't really want to take any time off because I feel like I want to be like a good working mom in January, but I think I'm going to have to. I don't like to let myself, like, chill out for work. I want to show her that women can work and be good. Not that they wouldn't if they don't work, but it's just how I feel. Yeah, so I think I'm going to really struggle with that bit. But we'll see.
Well, you can always watch
as long as you
the
can.
replay of the Adobe live stream and say, wow, look how productive I was. Oh.
Before you were born, I did loads of work.
Look, that's me.
Got stuff done, and now here I am.
I think it's going to give you just, because, it's going to give you probably... It's a new project for you, and it's probably going to give you more inspiration, I think, because, they're just adorable.
Yeah, that's true. They are cute. I hope so. I really hope so. Good positivity. I like that. That's the way to do it.
So are we going to be animating the drops of coffees here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So each of these is going to be a separate frame. And then...
But quick question. I see the obvious benefit of having frame animations above the cup, but why are you animating the drips inside the cup?
Because I wanted to see it filling up.
Oh, that's what you said, the transparent cup.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I was like, huh? What?
How does this work?
Huh? Right.
Yeah, it's filling up. Well, in my mind, that's how it works. Right, I think
you have X-ray vision, and you can just peek through the cup.
Exactly. This is not the most exciting thing to watch. I'm sorry for everyone watching.
It's actually, making me feel like I needed a cup of coffee.
I'm sorry.
It's working, Rachel. It's working.
I should work for a coffee company, really. That's just something, though. When you're pregnant, you're not meant to drink coffee, really. So I've had to buy, like, decaf beans and stuff like that. Like, I still need it. Still can't function. Yeah, it's bad.
Well, for some people, for like the true coffee lover people, decaf is kind of like
I know,
a big no-no. Like, it does not exist.
It really is. I can't. She's done it. Yeah. She's gonna be proud of me, this kid. What I do for the child, eh? Already.
So when you drink your first cup again, you're gonna be hyper for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do all the projects.
Yeah.
Right now.
I'll be able to do everything. Yeah, I know. I've had to, like, figure out how to trick my body into thinking that I'm drinking real coffee as well. So I have, like, half decaf, half normal in the water. It's bad. I couldn't function without it. It's really, that's it. I still have a cup in the morning, but it means I can have two because half of it's decaf. Oh dear. Oh, a nightmare.
That's not how it works, but okay.
It is in my head.
And Melanie says, that's art. Some things don't need to make sense. Well,
Yeah,
that's okay.
good.
Fine. Take your transparent cup.
Artistic license. That's how it is. I thought maybe I should put another one in here.
Well, I guess my artistic license just expired, so I don't understand. I have to get a new one.
To go back to the shop. Where'd you get them from?
I draw them myself, of course.
Ah, of
That's an
course.
artistic license. Come on.
Mine just turned up at the door.
We have John here actually asking an interesting question. How many layers can Fresco handle? Do we know?
All of them.
Yes, we do know. Have a guess.
Do I know?
Thousands.
Unlimited. Well, as long as your hardware supports. Of course, you will run out of memory at some point, but yeah.
There you go. Unlimited layers of Fresco.
Yes. Which makes it perfect for doing things like this.
So we're going to be taking that illustration into Photoshop later on, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So you can't actually animate in here, but you can draw all of the frames.
And how can you explain just briefly, like why this direction, for example? Like, does this change from, like, why is it not vice versa or something? Does that make any difference?
You could do it straight into Photoshop. I think it's just because I'm used to using Fresco, and it means that you can go and sit on the sofa and do it, which you can't do with Photoshop. Well, you could. It'd just be a bit more clunky.
You could use Sidecar with Apple.
Yeah, that's true.
But of course, Fresco is really optimized for the tablet environment, so you have big buttons.
Yeah.
And so
Big
responsive.
buttons are what I
And
like.
technically, I suppose you could animate in Fresco if you use the time-lapse feature.
Oh yeah, you could.
I mean,
Just turn them all on
it's
and off.
it's not how it's supposed to be used, but technically you could animate. Technically.
That's a good point. I guess we could see if it works. That's what else I do a lot, actually, as well. We were saying earlier about I just make it up as I go along sometimes. I think, oh, that would be quite cool if I did that. So,
Welcome
and
to
then
Adobe
I'll go
Live.
yeah. Just make it up. No, okay.
It's amazing you have all these tools, because I remember when, like 10 years ago or something, when I began my graphic design education, we only had just like one software, it's like Photoshop, and you can only add, you couldn't even animate over there back then. And I just feel like it's so fascinating, you can just jump from one software to another, and and I feel like Fresco, gives you this kind of freedom. No, it's kind of like this flow, right? It's much, I guess it's much easier. It's much, I don't know. I personally like Fresco over Photoshop in order to illustrate, because you just feel like you're drawing directly over paper, I guess. Just personal opinion. I don't know.
No, I agree. I'm on the same page completely. Like, it's so nice to just, I guess, because it's a bit different that I didn't go into it straight from illustration, but I love the idea that you're actually just drawing rather than, paper, physical illustration, traditional, that's what they call it, don't they? It's so nice that, and you get the nice feel of everything, and these brushes just look like pencils. I don't have to get messy. I quite like that. I made some rotating animated textures the other day, and I used the brushes in here. That's probably why there was a black screen on my setup page. and I used that and just basically coloured stuff in, flipped between them, and then animated it in After Effects and used the matte, like an alpha matte, to then animate a texture it was in the house actually, so in the roof. Maybe I'll share that next time.
Yes, because Rachel will be back, I think, next week, right?
Yeah.
Is it next week?
Next Thursday. We'll do this with After Effects as well.
Spoilers.
Actually, I know. Sorry. I used After Effects a bit more actually for animating stuff than Photoshop, but Photoshop is very simple, and if it's just like a frame by frame one like this, then it works really nicely. Just put some little drops.
Wow, that's so cute. Oh.
Oh, there would be drops, wouldn't there?
Someone mentioned After Effects. Yes, Gareth. I know when we always have the After Effects icon in the Behance interface, Gareth gets all excited, like, ooh, After Effects. Sometimes it's a mistake, and then we have to say, oh, sorry. Oh, no. Sorry, Gareth. Again. But this time it's true. It's actually After Effects. Yes. Yay.
Although you probably are a lot better in After Effects than I am. I'm sorry, in advance.
No need to tell anybody. He rubs his hands.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You might have to send me all your tips next week.
Well, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know about all the After Effects tips and tricks as I do in Photoshop. So I can't do hidden gems, unfortunately.
Can Gareth tell us?
Gareth, do you have a working webcam, internet connection, and microphone? We will invite you.
So I think sometimes I go into After Effects a lot, and if you watch like people's tutorial videos, I'm always like, that's such a good shortcut because I spent ages doing that. But yeah, that's what I love to do. So I don't know all the shortcuts yet. So people can probably tell me, press command this. I'm hoping anyway. This is why I'm here. I need your tips, really. Should be the other way around, shouldn't it?
Well, it wouldn't be the last time, wouldn't be the first time where a guest on Adobe Live learned something from the chat.
I think I have done on lots of these.
That's fine.
People come up with some good ideas. Got good crew.
But yeah, talking about the schedule for next week, there will be one key difference because Adobe asked us to take some of the days off. All the Adobe employees actually, get every third Friday in a month?
Oh.
Right? No, maybe. So every month, one Friday, we take that off, and so next week, that happens to be one of those Fridays. So no stream on Friday next week for the first time.
Oh.
I know. Usually we, even for the German streams, even when it was a bank holiday, we still streamed. So that one time when we went to the office, like nobody was there apart from us. So that was really cool. Had the whole office to ourselves. But yeah, we're taking next Friday off. No streams.
One day off.
One day off.
Since March.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. Yeah.
Was it April? March?
March 23rd.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Going on a while. You're a bit tired, Tim.
What? I mean, I think this should be a nice stream 320 something.
Wow.
For me, so.
Woo-hoo. That's awesome.
But it's still fun.
Of course.
Enjoy watching you work. Chatting with the community.
Yeah, that's
making bad puns.
I think it's a great opportunity, to be honest. Especially nowadays where you're working from home.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing to have, an Adobe Live session every day. minus Friday next week. But we can survive.
Barely.
We can deal with it. Just
Then
one
you can,
week. All right.
can spend the day procrastinating.
Yes.
Get that fun? Procrastinating?
Nice.
Preparing
Thank you.
for Halloween.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Should have done a Halloween themed one, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah, next week maybe. A pumpkin. Carving a pumpkin.
You know, the idea I had last week, which is way too similar to this, I've just thought about it, was going to be a woman drinking coffee, but there's obviously something on my mind. All I want is coffee right now. Yeah, maybe we should do something more October-y.
Yes.
Perhaps we will do one of the Adobe Live game shows. A spooky
Ooh.
game show. Who knows?
Mhm.
I do. Because I have to plan it. I even know the date.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can you not tell anyone?
Nope. I wasn't even supposed to tell that we're doing a game show, so.
Oh. No exclusives here. Right, I'm going to get
But yeah,
there.
it won't be coffee themed. Because that would be a deja brew.
Hi.
Thank you.
That's awful.
I think that one
Awful
deserves a flugelhorn. Thank you.
Oh dear. Do you just have a series of them? You just
I have them right next to me. I can just play it.
you play a horn.
Yeah, of course. Watch. See?
Yeah, I can see it. You're too small on my
Oh,
screen.
I think the stream couldn't hear that.
Oh,
So one for good measure. There we
there
go.
you go.
Hopefully they heard that.
Cool. We're getting near the end. I promise. With all my frames.
Woo. But the drops are gone. Or were
Yeah.
they? Mhm.
Oh, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna do a couple more up here because I thought maybe the last bits dropping out. Go get every last drop of coffee. Okay, sorry, we're still going. Oh no, not that one.
Hello.
Is anyone actually drawing along?
Do we have anyone draw?
Curiosity. No. Oh. Anyone?
I mean, there is a delay, so it takes
Okay.
them a second to answer.
Well, that's just me off my own. I'm joking.
It's just me talking to myself.
Right, fine.
Does this do you consider this drawing along?
Nice.
Just looking around.
It's like my little sketch I did before this. I was like, this is what I'm going to draw. Tiny little thing.
Okay, okay. It's close to what you're actually drawing right now.
Yeah. It's because normally I just have it in my head and then I was like, I should probably prepare a bit more for this.
But you know, what if somebody wants to draw along? How in the world could they share it with us, Natalie? How could they share it?
How could they share it? They could share it on Instagram and tagging or using a specific hashtag. Is that it? Is that the right answer?
Well, yes.
I think I know the
but,
answer.
Perhaps
Can I answer?
there would
Can I
be some special link we have where people could share it that I can post in the chat. Huh?
On Discord.
Yes.
So after our amazing session today, you guys can still join us on Discord, and Tim just shared the link over there. So this way the chat doesn't expire and we can keep our conversation there and share your illustrations. We have Stephanie here who said she will be doing one later. So please share it with us so we can see your own version of a filled coffee.
Or
Get
whatever
in the
you want to animate. It doesn't have to be coffee.
I love this chat. Gareth, he just said like, Discord.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gareth. And of course, we have John who's saying that you could add cream over your coffee, but I would invite John to do his own illustration and add his own. Sorry, I'm missing the word here.
Milk, cream,
Cream.
crema.
John, he lives in Italy, and there's always an ice cream on top of the coffee.
Oh, nice.
So maybe he can share his own Italian coffee with us later. Broth. Oh, sorry, broth, not cream. Froth.
Oh, yeah. You can get I did think about that, but then I thought you'd have to use one of the machines, and then you pour the coffee in, pour the milk in. It's just too much to draw.
We only have 15 minutes left.
Exactly. Right.
Do you think in 15 minutes we will be able to...
I'm just going to draw the last frame then. It would. And then, yes, we will go to Photoshop. I mean, there could be some tidying up done. Usually I'd tidy up a bit. All these other... make sure that everything looks nice before I pull it across, because once you've finished in Fresco and then you've opened it in Photoshop and made a animation with it, it doesn't like it that much if you go back. So you'd have to create a new document, which you don't want to do. So that's a tip. There's a tip. I can do tips. But make sure your document's already in Fresco.
So yesterday in our stream with Julia, we were talking about someone mentioned in the chat bus hour, and we did not know what the term is. And now on the chat, we're bringing back the bus hour. And today we learned a new word, which is froth, actually, that I did not know about. Did you know, Tim?
Really?
Did you know the word froth? I've never heard of it before. So apparently, the cream over the coffee is froth. So today's word learning is froth. Yesterday was bus.
What was yesterday's one? I don't think I've heard that word.
It was actually blue hour, was it? But someone said bus hour. It was kind of like a typo. So apparently, was that it? I think it was blue hour, which is when the sun goes down and you have that color, I guess.
Okay, like twilight.
Maybe.
No, that's a book series.
Time of day as well. All right, I think I'm good for this.
All right, stop the stream, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Oh, bye. No, I'm sure.
Okay,
It's my full cup of coffee. I mean, it's not perfect, but we've only got 15 minutes. 10 minutes. So,
you can make it, Rachel.
Oh,
let's go across to Photoshop.
All right. Well, then let's go quickly. Oh, nope. Sorry. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Okay. You can go ahead and switch. And in the meantime, I can play some tense music if you like. No.
So I've got this. This is what... Oh, I'm going to get rid of this quickly.
And I think we are back. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Yes. Okay, let's just see. Yes, okay, we're back. Whew. Sorry about that, everybody. I think my broadcast app just said, nope, that's too much. No more Photoshop today. Never had that happen before. Anyway, let's jump on over to Photoshop, and I will share that screen. Hang on. Now.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. That came up at the perfect time as well, because I was like, that cloud document is not coming up. Please. Right, I'm in. So that was literally, I closed my thing, went back to the home page, and it's just appeared in my Photoshop. And I think that's the coolest thing ever.
I planned that.
Did you?
Mm.
Yes. Tim's special magic. Right. So I've got all my layers. I'm going to get rid of my onion skin. Turn them all on. Ching. I would go through and name them, but that's going to take a while. I probably should. It might get confusing. Right.
Oh, sorry. Before we go ahead, if the stream looks super blurry to you, just do a refresh or change the quality of the stream in the lower right corner by hovering over the player. You can change it back to 1080p if it looks blurry. Just, Okay, back to you.
Cool. Actually, so probably first up, I've got this timeline here, which is just in the windows. You add a timeline, and then you can pick up this, and I'm just going to create the video timeline, and it pulls in all my layers as separate frames, or not frames, separate layers in the frame. I'm going to get rid of the background layer because I don't need that, and I've got all of my, they're all on at the moment, so what we're going to do is split them out over time. And I've actually just seen this is at 30 frames a second, which is a bit quick for what I want to do. So just setting up, I've got 8 minutes. I can do this.
You can do
this. I can't remember how to. I did this earlier. Where is it? Anyone?
Would you like to change it to the frame animation? There should be an icon.
There you go.
Oh, all right.
I'm just going to change the frame rate to 12
Oh, okay.
frames per second.
So what would that do, Rachel, in this case? If
Just makes it
with...
a bit more. So normally a video at full rate is 24 frames a second. So all of the like Disney animations are done at 12 frames a second. It just makes it look a bit more hand-drawn. And it's not such an issue in this than it is in like After Effects, but it's not such like a, oh, see, I'm getting notifications from, oh, it doesn't come up. Sorry.
So am I. Great.
Yeah, so it just makes everything a bit like jumpy. I want it to be jumpy, so that's why. Like I want it to look like it's been drawn by hand. What do you call that? The coffee thing. So I'm going to call it. So I'm going to go through these and name them one. Just so I know where I am in here. Oh, don't want that. Trying to do it too quickly.
I guess that's my biggest nightmare. Photoshop layers.
Yeah, they are. I don't think you can name them in Fresco.
Not at the moment.
Yeah, so need to come in. It's much easier just to do it in here though. You can just click and double click and it's done.
And by the way, you can also, instead of just clicking and clicking again, you can use the tab key to cycle through names.
There's a shortcut.
Yeah.
She just had to do it manually.
Well, that's fine.
I just love that. Right, and then, so this is just the setting up of it. It does take a bit of time, but we should be okay. Right, I want to see it. This is what I don't know if there's a shortcut for. Split and play heads. Get rid of that. It's quicker than like pulling it down from. Actually, no. Wait, let's see if that is quicker. I'm pretty sure it's quicker. I'm doing this every time. Let's do this while I'm here. If you hold shift, it goes to where the playback is. But you can't copy loads of these layers at once and do it. If it works now, though, I'm going to be really angry. No, it doesn't. That's good. Sorry, my little mouse is really slow and old. So it just clicks stuff and doesn't let me drop it. Come on. Technical issues all the time, hey?
It's part of the fun.
Yes, it is. I have to lift it up.
How come we're...
Sorry.
What's this process now?
So this is me cutting all of the frames to 2. So all of the layers to 2 frames at a time.
Okay.
Because I just like the way that plays back. At 2 frames a second, I might make them quicker, and some of them could be like 1 frame, or some of them could be 2. Just it depends on how it feels at the end.
So if you're animating at 12 frames per second and they are 2 frames long, it would be 6 frames per second.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It would. So I could just do that and do 1 frame.
No.
That's
Sometimes
way too simple.
no. Sometimes also in movies, when they animate an action scene, they change frame rates. So this could be a valid approach. So you
Yes.
have more flexibility. I think the keyword here is animating on twos. I think that's what they call it. Where they have 24 frames, but they only show every second frame.
Yeah.
To have 12 frames per second. But if you want to switch then to an action scene where you need lots of movement, you can go back to 24.
That's cool. Good to know. Right. Pulling them all out so they're after each other. We do want
talking about learning from the chat today. Apparently, Sandrine is saying that we could rename layers on Fresco. Apparently.
Oh.
Can we? Where's my iPad?
Please confirm, Tim.
Oh, I have to get it. 1 second.
Okay. Right. It looks like it's worked. And 3 minutes. Look at that. Perfect timing.
Come on.
So I've pulled in.
Play it. Oh, this is beautiful. Woo!
There you go. So there are some things that could be changed, but I quite like it.
I love it.
So and right on time.
Oh, I can't believe how perfect that was.
It's easier than I thought. You just grab your file from Fresco, open it in Photoshop, and just do some changes in the frames, and that's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And free refills too. Yeah, Gareth. Exactly. Endless refills.
So we can render it to be coffee filling.
Oh, hang on. We're in front of that panel. 1 second. There we go.
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
This. We've got this at 12. Set it to my work area. Render it. Exports it. Hope I've got. Oh, I can't show you this, can I? Because I've only shared this screen, but it has worked.
So. Yeah, okay. We trust you. We trust you. And Sandrine says she shared it on the. Oh, you can.
You can. Thank you, Sandrine.
Wow.
I told you sometimes I don't know everything, and yes, she's absolutely right. You can. I don't work with frescoes that often. That's why I don't know that.
Oh, I love this one.
So if you want to learn how to rename your layers in Fresco, go to the Discord and see how she did it.
Sandrine can tell us. Amazing.
So we can grab one last question before we wrap our amazing session from Angus. He's asking can you set the animation on repeat once you upload it? I guess so, right? If you can put it on loop or...
Yeah, you can. I'd pull it across to After Effects to do that.
No need to do that.
You don't need to. How do you do it?
You can go to the old export for web dialog.
Oh, okay.
So if you open that, export, save for web legacy.
Ooh,
I will show that on stream. No. Oh, sorry. No, I'm lost. Hang on.
I'll make it a GIF.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. They actually saw it. And there should be a GIF or GIF, yes. And at the very bottom, it says looping options.
Forever.
That's your magic word.
Yeah. I've done this before as well. That's why it's all set like this.
And of course, you can change the size and everything you want. But keep in mind, GIFs have a limited amount of color. So only 256 colors. So you may see some banding if you don't use, what's it called? Dithering. If you don't use dithering, you will see some color banding. No need to jump to After Effects. Yay.
Yay.
All right.
Sorry.
So nervous today.
We can't see it anyway, so no need to save it.
No. I'm going to save it because I'm going to put it on my Instagram.
Oh, that's a good point.
Or on Discord.
Amazing.
I'll share it on Discord.
Rachel.
There's an Instagram handle if you need it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for filling our coffees today. I hope that everyone will be able to share their own coffees later on Discord. So please do join us on Discord after our session so we can keep the conversation going. Thank you, Tim. It was so lovely to co-host with you for the first time, for my first time. And Rachel, we're super excited to see you next week with After Effects and Fresco this time. And please join us again daily from 12 to 1. And I want to thank everyone who joined us today on the chat. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Looking forward to seeing everyone soon.
Yes, see you
Thank you
tomorrow,
so much.
everybody. I will be back with Tony Harmer, and we will share some pro tips on the stream. So tune in, and if you don't have the time, watch the replay. Or see you next week. Right? Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
Great.
Bye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.